So let's start with the structure. Who knows the structure first of all? What do you think is an appropriate structure for report writing? I'm talking about intro.
Introductions, overall, and body paragraph.
Intro, overall, and body paragraph. How exactly? Like, why did you say that overall should be here? Okay, let me use this one. So intro, then an overall, and then body paragraphs. So you can say body 1 and body 2. Optional is body 3. Right. Why do you think this is a good way to write your reports?
Because sometimes whenever we appeared in exam, that time we haven't time or completed to body paragraph. So if we wrote a overall, so it may help.
Yes, that is true. That is exactly why you should write overall in the beginning. Right. You might have also seen some people writing introduction plus overall together. Do you think it's a good way?
I think size is more in intro whenever you wrote in one paragraph in intro and overall.
Okay. So here's the thing. Let me simplify this once and for all. This is the most optimum way to write your report writing. The reason is, if you write an introduction clearly, because introduction in report writing just as paraphrasing of the question, nothing else, just paraphrasing. Whatever you get a question, you just have to paraphrase it. When it comes to essay writing, there is not just paraphrasing. You also have to add a position. You also have to take thesis. You also have to draft a thesis statement. But when it comes to report writing, you just have to paraphrase the question. So that is done and dusted. One thing. Second thing is, I would recommend not fixing or not writing the overall together with the intro, because the examiner does check is an overall given or not, and we should make their life easier, not more challenging. Does it make sense? Why overall should be separate?
Yes, sir.
Alright. And one more reason not to use this strategy is because, let's say, I always recommend students that you should start with your introduction, overall, and body paragraph. The reason is, what if you write your body paragraph after introduction, and what if you are left to write the overall and your time is up? You'll lose a lot of bands, because in the rubrics, or you can say the public band descriptor of report writing, it is not mentioned that where your overview should be with the introduction, after the introduction, or after the body paragraph, but it is clearly mentioned that overall, if it is not there, you will not get more than 5 bands in terms of task response. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, we don't start with report writing. I don't recommend students to write with reports. You should always start with an essay. So 40 minutes for essay and last 20 minutes for report. So by the time these 20 minutes are over, you are done and dusted. You don't have extra time to finish your overall. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts so far in introduction, like the structure of the report? Anyone who did not understand or would like more explanation or understanding of these things? I think everybody is clear. So let's move on to another thing, that is
Yes, sir.
line charts and stuff. Just a second. How many of you attended the lecture where I just shared the vocabulary with you guys? Anyone?
No, sir. When?
A few weeks ago, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago, I just shared the vocabulary. That's it, just the vocabulary, nothing else. I'll need to share my screen again. 1 second. Let's start with line chart. First of all, what do you think? Is it easy to write a line chart or is it challenging?
whole main task one is challenging.
The whole task one is challenging, and it's not just about a particular
Yes,
type of report. The entire task one is challenging.
yes.
I'll paste something over here.
So I have fear of this.
You have fear of this. Okay, fear also makes you perform not as good as you can. So let's first of all remove your fear. Let me show you what is possible. Is this a line chart? You won't be asked questions like this, but I've seen students saying that I'm not able to write 150 words in terms of report because there is nothing much given over the visuals. We can only see a single line, and still we can see that so many things have been shared. Can you guys see this and read this? Anyone would like to volunteer? We'll need to read one thing at a time, and I'll show you exactly how it is written over here. Or should I do the reading this time? Would anyone like to volunteer for reading?
At the beginning of period, unemployment stood at nearly 5.1%.
Hold on.
A few months later,
Hold on. We'll stop at every full stop. It says at the beginning of the period, so they are talking about the initial stages. You guys you might not be able to say this, but it says something like May 03, so 2003, because it says May 2003. Correct? So beginning of the period, did it start at 5.1%? The next line, please.
Yes, sir.
a few months later, the figure had risen slightly to 5.2%.
Can you see this? Okay, I'll need a little bit of flow, so I'll read it. Thank you so much. I'm not sure who read that. Who was the person who just read this?
Me.
Okay, could you please tell me your name?
It's a Kunjal.
Kunjal.
Yeah.
Okay, Kunjal. Thank you so much for reading. Let's start from here. Unemployment then remained stable until September 2003. Can you see this? It remained stable. So far we read only 3 lines, and can you see what exactly they are trying to do? Does anyone has any idea what they did? This is body paragraph, and what they did is they exactly mentioned each and every movement on the graph. We won't be reading the whole thing, you can just take a screenshot. This is directly from the training of British Council. British Council provides training for students as well as teachers, so this is directly taken from their training. Correct. So if you guys think that you are not able to finish 150 words, this is an epitome. Epitome means a perfect example that even if it is just a single line, you can talk about each and every single movement that you see in terms of line chart. Now do you think that it is a little bit easier given that you have vocabulary? We can see the underlined lines. Everything says had risen slightly, there is a steady downward trend, had fallen, stayed at this level, there was another small drop, there was a small increase, had fallen back, marked upward trend, figure shot up, reached a peak and rose sharply. Are there any more vocabulary to convey the same meaning? Do you guys know any more vocabulary to convey these things?
So it means rise, surge, accelerate, grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Anything else?
steadily.
Yeah.
swiftly, sharply, grammatically,
Mm-hmm.
drastically, this type of.
Mm-hmm. After this session,
Fallen back is.
yeah, perfect. After this session, or just right now, just DM me. I'll send you all the vocabulary that you need in order to mention trend, whether it is uptrend, downtrend, or whatever it is. If I'll cover it right now, it won't be possible to finish this lecture. It's not an extensive list, but it will take some time. So just drop me a DM after this session once I get free, or tomorrow in the morning. I'll be sending you a PDF with all the details and everything. Alright?
Okay, sir.
Let's see another chart. Is this a pie chart? Can anyone just explain me what can you see exactly in this chart?
Sir.
Hi there, Ashok. How are you, man?
क्या करवा रहे हैं?
Report writing.
ट्रेनिंग का करवा रहे हैं.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
जनरल ट्रेनिंग का करवा रहे हैं सर.
Nope, this is academic training. Report writing academics में आता है. General training में letter आता है ना. There is letter writing in terms of general training. We have been doing these sessions for like 21 weeks just on Telegram, and I've never taught a single person letter writing because there are very few people who are preparing for general training. Very few. Alright. So, can anyone take the initiative and explain me what's going on this screen? What is this exactly? Your observation, just your observation.
So Thanos here.
Yeah.
Okay. In 1995, the gas percentage was around 1/3 of the total ratio,
Mm-hmm.
and is quite similar than coal. And apart from that, coal and the petrol, rest of the other sources and the nuclear is 6.49 and the 6.40 respectively.
Mm-hmm.
If we go for like 2005, gas and the coal slightly increase and increase up to only 1% in both of them, and whereas the petrol ratio was decreased around 10%. And if we go for like other and the nuclear,
Mm-hmm.
both ratio was increased around 4 and 5%
Okay.
comprised. Yeah.
The way you started, Alok, in the beginning, that is something that the examiner is looking for. Did you say 1/3? In the absolute beginning,
Yes.
in the very beginning.
Can I ask one question?
Sure, please. Who was that?
Yeah, sir, this is Steve.
Okay, Tirth, yeah.
So, sir, we were just discussing the line graph, right?
Hmm.
Previously.
Hmm.
And we have completed it, or just we have shifted from this to this pie chart?
Okay, we are just looking at all the charts, the overview of chart, and then we'll go into depth. And we'll try to write a whole report.
Okay.
Alright? I'm just showing you the basics, the most important things, so we don't miss out on anything. And I don't think by the next 1 hour we'll be able to complete 3 different reports, but we'll try our best to complete one, at least one. Alright? So Alok, as you said, 1/3 in the beginning. Does anyone has problem in understanding 1/3, 2/3, or 1/4 and these things? Anyone who has no idea what 1/3 is, 2/3 is?
It's not a proper 1/3. It's like approximately 1/3.
How would you say what is 1/3? 1/3 means 3 parts. If we divide 100 by 3, it will become 33.
Yeah.
33.
So is there any terms that is close to 33? So this is 1/3. This is almost 1/3. This is also close to 1/3.
Nearby, and we can replace by approximately by these kind of words, approximately, nearby, up to.
Yes, exactly. And if we say 1/4,
1/4,
what does that
it's
mean?
like with 20.
No, that is 1/5.
25.
1/4 will be
Sorry.
25 each. 1/5 will be 20 each. Try to show these things when you're writing the reports, especially the pie chart. Don't just say this is 30%, this is 40%. If it is 50%, don't say 50%. Try to say half of it. Got it? And if it is like 70, 80, try to use major of it, majority of it. And this is what the examiners are looking for. And if we talk about the criteria, does anyone know the rubrics in detail? The public band descriptor, if you guys have read it.
Yes,
Mhm.
we read.
So, what are they?
Like they want like 50% of our market area is a grammar base, lexical resource, and
Coherence, relevancy.
political cohesion, and the rest of 25 is for, I forget the last one.
Okay, we cannot say 50% exactly. Let's be more precise. Everything is 25-25.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
So grammatical range and accuracy 25%, lexical resource 25%, cohesion and coherence 25%, and task achievement 25%. See, whatever I'm showing right now, it's all part of task achievement. In terms of essay, we have task response. When it comes to report, it is task achievement. Alright. We have task achievement in this one because we are not supposed to think anything. We are just supposed to convert this visual form into a report form. And when it comes to essays, we are supposed to think, we are supposed to come up with ideas. We are supposed to generate ideas and all these things. So we are responding to the task. But when it is just a visual data, all you have to do is take 20 minutes, make sure that you dissect the time accordingly as per the paragraphs, and then start writing. Is there anyone who is not able to finish the report in 20 minutes?
Yes, sir.
No, you're taking more than 20 minutes. Anyone else who is taking more time?
Yes, sir, sometimes.
Sometimes you're not able to finish in 20. See, this is exactly what you should do. Spend the first 2 to 3 minutes. Let me write 2 to 3 minutes for planning. What do you do in planning when you're planning the report or understanding the report? What you have to do is make the comparisons and write the difference. Did it go up or did it go down? Did gas as compared to 1995 and 2005, did it go up or down? It went up, right? When it comes to coal, did it go up? Yes. When it comes to others, 4.9 and 9, this is up. Nuclear up and petrol is down. So can you see, now we can clearly see the trend that everything is going up except for petrol. This is what I'm meaning. I meant to say when you are doing the planning part, when you're just trying to understand the report, just make sure that you spend 2 to 3 minutes and observe this data. Can we say that this is this is a decade, 1995 to 2005?
Yes, sir.
So don't just say 1995 to 2005. Try to use the word decades, 10 years, and all these things. Okay. We completed the first 2 to 3 minutes. You should not invest more than, or you should not spend more than 3 minutes to paraphrase. Paraphrasing the introduction part. It should not take more than 3 minutes. The next 3 minutes should be invested in writing the overall. How many minutes are left?
11.
11 minutes. Not more than 5 minutes, or you can say 4 minutes for body 1, 4 minutes for body 2. How many minutes are pending?
3.
Does it make sense what to do, what exactly to do? Why do you think I showed these two things together? Any idea? When you plan your report, you take care of task achievement as well as cohesion and coherence. If you know exactly what to write, these two things are covered. Is it your 50%?
Yes.
When you proofread your report properly, word to word, spelling to spelling, every single error, do you also check your grammar and lexical? Do you make changes to your wordings, or maybe something is inappropriate or inaccurate? Do you make changes when you're reading your own reports?
Yes, sir.
Do you find the words that are repeating? Do we try to change them? If yes, you will get bans for lexical ratios. So again, 50% we covered. So how many minutes are we spending to write? 3 plus 3 6, 4 plus 4 8. That's it. That is what you are supposed to do. Clear? So someone just said that they are not able to finish in 20 minutes. Now I'm saying that you should finish your report in 15 minutes. Why? Is it possible?
Because we got planning.
Exactly. Once you have your plan intact, or you can say once you know exactly what to write, it should not take more than 15 minutes. And if someone has a calculator, try to divide 180 by 15 and tell me what's the number. Or should I do it here?
3.6.
Sorry, that's not the right answer. 180 divided by, what was the time? 15.
Okay, 15. You said
12.
Sorry, I might have said 12, but let's say 15. So 12 words per minute. My typing speed is 65 to 70 words per minute. Can I write, or can everyone here write 12 words per minute? Are you getting the point? So if someone says that they are not able to finish in 20 minutes, that means most of their time went in thinking about the vocabulary or to just understand the visual data, or you can say the report, while writing the report. While writing the body paragraphs, I've seen many students just sitting there. They think that they are planning, but they are just sitting there. They're just thinking like meditation. Got it? Once your plan is ready, you don't need to think too much. You just have to execute it. A simple example would be, if a person is trying to build a house, they will first ask the blueprint of the house before the engineer is allowed to even lay one single brick. Before that, no one allows to build a house. Got it? So planning is the most important thing, and this will help you to simplify the report. Clear?
yes, sir.
Let's talk about body paragraphs. So you guys clearly know that this will be dissected into two parts. And will you write 1995 one side and 2005 one side? Is it a good idea? Or is it a bad idea?
Body paragraph 1, we should focus on 1995, and body paragraph 2, we focus on 2005 plus comparison with 1995.
Okay. Any other way to write this one?
So we can just focus on the increment of each and every category. The first body paragraph, and later on second paragraph we can maintain the newest or the static numbers. Like जो increase हुआ है उसको body paragraph 1 में लिख दो, और जो decrease हुआ है जो stable रहा है उसको BP 1 में लिख दो.
Okay.
But दोनों को साथ में लेके 1995 2005.
Okay. I'll just reiterate what you said. I'll just repeat whatever you said. You're saying that in the first paragraph, you should talk about everything that went up. So there are how many data? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 data. And out of them, 4 of them went up. And one thing went down. So yes, you can do this one. In body paragraph 1, we can talk about both of them. And body paragraph 2, again we can talk about both the years. But the problem is, in 1 year you will be mostly talking about uptrend, and the second paragraph you will talk about uptrend as well as downtrend. This is how the structure will be. or else you can just dedicate one paragraph to 1995 and the other paragraph for 2005. As simple as that. And sometimes when you're practicing, try to do both these strategies. Try to write reports in two different ways, and in one of the ways you will find it a little bit more challenging, and that means that is the wrong strategy. Essays and reports should not be challenging. Clear?
Sir, a question.
Yeah.
You just said everything I understood, right? But you said that we need to just focus on writing 1995 into this body para 1 in 2005 in body para 2. That is completely fine. But here they have mentioned the comparison of energy production. So what you are going to write in 1995 will be only about these 4 categories in about 1995?
See, as I said, what you said is right, what you pointed out is right, that it is comparison of energy production.
Yes.
We can write about just one thing, but we cannot do comparison if we are just talking about coal and these things, and it is almost impossible to just write one thing. So it is better to go with this. What you said is absolutely right, that you should talk about both the things together in one paragraph and leave the remaining for the rest. Let's simplify this. So body paragraph 1, it will be coal. You can talk about gas. Let's take the highest then the lowest. So coal is the highest, so we'll take coal, and then comes gas, and then we can talk about petrol. No, we cannot take petrol because it's going down. Let's say nuclear. These 3 things in body 1, and body 2 we can talk about others and as well as nuclear, because nuclear went down. Okay, I'm confused in this one. Just a second. Let's take this to a different page. Okay, we are done with that. Now, as you can clearly see, in body paragraph 1, coal, nuclear and gas, and body paragraph 2 you can talk about petrol as well as other products, and others you can take in the beginning because it's still uptrend. Is it clear now? Tirth.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes. Got it.
Initially, as I said, you can take 1 year at a time, but for this particular report, yes, as you said, you were correct, you cannot take for this one. But there are other reports in which you can talk about 1 year in one paragraph and the other year in other paragraph. And as this is a comparison of energy, you should be doing one paragraph like this and the second paragraph with the other remaining comparison. Clear? Any other doubts, anything that you don't understand in terms of pie charts? Anything else that you don't understand?
We understood, sir.
Right, let's go to one last thing, that is report writing. I show you 2 types of reports in terms of horizontal as well as vertical.
सर यही बेटर रहेगा ना, पहले में 3 और दूसरे में 3 कंपैरिजन, दोनों में कंपैरिजन करें बॉडी 1 में.
Comparison करो तो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. It will help you to get bands in CC as well.
Okay.
Correct. CC is simply comparison, cohesion and coherence. Do you know the meaning of coherence?
Means relevance.
Coherence means being logical and consistent.
Okay.
Correct. And cohesion means unity, or you can say bonding or togetherness. जो comparison हम करते हैं वही. Clear? Which type of bar chart is this? Is it vertical or horizontal?
Vertical, sir.
Vertical. And what about this one?
This one is also vertical.
This is also vertical. This is also vertical.
No. This one is vertical.
And this one is
Horizontal.
horizontal. Is it a good habit to mention these things in your introduction itself?
No, sir.
It is a good habit. Come on, you are showing your observation. Most of the students won't observe these things.
Oh, okay.
Got my point? This is a
Yes, sir.
vertical chart and this one is a horizontal chart, so you should mention these things in your report. Can you see something written over here? The given vertical bar chart depicts. That means it's a simple introduction, the beginning of an introduction, but this is also in active voice. Can we make it passive?
Yeah.
How do we make it passive?
Means we paraphrase the sentence and connect with the by the indicated by the vertical bar graph.
Okay, indicated by, or you can also say has been depicted in the given vertical bar chart. What is has been? Does anyone here who is a grammar expert?
It's present perfect tense.
Present perfect continuous tense, exactly. So if we write in passive, that is also one form of grammar for grammatical range and accuracy. If we write has been in our sentence, it also shows that we can write proper tenses, present perfect continuous tense. Let's try to write this whole report. We only need like a few minutes and we'll complete this one. Let's simply write this one down. Has been depicted in the So this is the ending of our paragraph. There is one more thing that you can do to show your observation. What is the units of measurement in this particular report?
Proposal.
It's percentage.
Yes.
So we can simply write the data is measured and calibrated in percentage. You are showing your observation in the last two lines. What are the benefits of doing this? The first thing is this is present perfect continuous tense. Another part is as you're writing been, it becomes passive. Another thing is you're showing the data. What do you mean by measured and calibrated? What do you mean by calibration? What is the meaning of calibration? Any idea? Let's say that a person is measuring something. Does the measurement tape has to be calibrated as per the units? I'll repeat that. If someone is measuring 1 meter, so should we make sure that this is exactly 1 meter of tape, or should we randomly take any stick and just put it over there and can we call it 1 meter, or should it be calibrated and confirmed first? Sorry.
Means randomly. If he calibrated, it's perfect.
Hmm.
Measured is randomly.
Measure means we are just putting our arm and we know that okay, we think that this is 1 meter, but most of the time we are wrong. But if it is properly calibrated and we exactly know that this is 1 meter, that means the measurement is accurate.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So this is why we should write the data is measured and calibrated in percentage or in terms of percentage. Does this show your comparison? Not your comparison. Does it show your observation skill?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So we are not missing out on anything. The last thing we are left to do is paraphrase the question. So how do we paraphrase? Someone try to paraphrase this one. We just have to paraphrase from here to here. You can take out a piece of paper and a pen, or you can directly type it out and send it to me. Or if someone has written, just read it out, I'll type it here. Should I wait for you guys, or should I start paraphrasing? Or do you guys want to give it a shot?
1 minute, sir.
Sure, take your time.
Sir, the given information about primary expenses in week of their income in 1968 and 2018 has
hold
been
on.
depicted in the given horizontal bar chart.
Okay, I do have good typing speed, but not as good as you just spoke. Could you please repeat that?
The given information about
Mm-hmm.
family expenses
Mm-hmm.
in week of their income.
In week of their income.
Of their income in 1968 and 2018 has been depicted in the given.
Let's make some changes.
Yes, sir.
The given information.
And some grammar.
Yeah, there are grammatical errors. Anyone else who has done the paraphrasing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bar chart
Mm-hmm. Just a second.
benefits data.
The bar
Are you
chart.
typing or should
Yes,
I-
I'll be typing. The bar chart.
The bar chart benefits
Sorry.
data regarding data
Mm-hmm. The previous word.
deficits
Deficits. I'm listening this word for the first time.
It could be Delhi
I
needs.
also have to confirm. Wait.
Sir, it could be Delhi needs.
I forgot that word.
Okay, let's use depicts.
Sorry. After a long time I'm doing this, so
It's completely fine.
sorry.
So the bar chart depicts
Depicts data regarding
the data regarding
the average weekly income of families,
mm-hmm.
which is spent by one country,
which is
spent by
spent by one
one country, one nation, nation
nation
in 1968 and 2018.
Okay, you said in 1968. If I were you, I would have written in the year 1968 because I do have to reach 150 words.
Okay.
In the year 1968 and
2008 respectively.
respectively, इज्जत से
Comma and respectively.
respectively. Where should I put the comma?
After 2018.
Sir, can I try?
Sure. I'll just write down whatever you are saying. I won't make any changes as of now. We'll correct it later on. It will be fun.
The information.
First of all, who is speaking?
Sir,
Tirth. Okay, yes, Tirth. The information
related to
hmm,
weekly income which has been spent by families in a specific country during the time span
Span
time span of 50 years
of 50 years
has been delineated by this horizontal graph.
has been
Delineates.
DELI.
NEATS.
Yes, I heard this word. I'm not sure about the meaning, but yes, this might be a word. Describes or portrays. Yes, this is a good word. It's delineated.
Delineate.
Delineated. Yes, delineated. Has been delineated.
By given horizontal graph.
Okay, then the Rattamar wala thing has been delineated in the given horizontal, and you are done. Okay, anyone else?
Sir, can you please change my sentence? Like only one, which was spent by.
Which is would be changed to which was. Any other changes?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to share the intro? Just like yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, I was attending a session and someone was teaching. I won't take their name or anything, but that guy, like, he was just speaking on Telegram. I don't know why. There is an option to share a screen, and the second thing is that guy just read out an introduction of an essay that he has pre-written, like already written, and I was not able to understand a single word. Anyways, anyone else? Intro, or should I do the corrections? Okay, let me start the correction. We have 3 introduction, 3 paraphrasing. The given information about family expense, we'll make it shorter. Yeah, the given information about family expense in week of their income. This is grammatically wrong. In 1968 and 2018 has been depicted in the data is missing, nation is not there. Okay, we won't take this one, we'll keep it pending. The bar chart depicts, and we were supposed to continue this using this line. Who was this person? I think it was I'm here with an owl.
Yes.
Yeah, stretching her head.
Okay, are you talking about
Yes. May I please know your name?
Gray?
Grey.
Gray.
Gray. Okay, your name is Gray. So Gray, this is a mistake that I've seen many people doing. When we are making it passive, we already have this one. Can you see?
Oh yes.
So try not to do this in the beginning, so we can use this easily at the last. And most of you, I think most of you will be preferring for paper-based test, so you don't have the option to change it later on. Correct? Just be conscious that it's not a mistake. You're doing it for the first time. It's not a mistake. Just make sure that you don't do this. Correct?
Yeah.
And the next person, who is this person? Tirth. Yes, Tirth. The information related to weekly income which has been spent by families in a specific country during the time span of 50 years has been delineated in the given horizontal bar chart. The data is measured and calibrated in percentages. Does it look so much better? Tirth.
Yes, according to me, if you can ask me, I can surely say yes because I have told you. But I need your feedback.
Okay. Tirth, could you please repeat that one more time because your voice is too low?
What I'm trying to say, sir, if you can ask me, then I would definitely going to say that this is good. But I want to, hear from you your feedback. So you just tell me.
Absolutely. We'll try to write this once again. And let's first of all see, the first thing that I do is I always think about the vocabulary. So in terms of vocabulary, is there something that we can change over here? Someone said nation, so nation is one thing. Anything else? any other words that can be changed. I'll take this new page and we'll start fresh.
सर जो has been 2 बार यूज हुआ है उसको
निकाल सकते हैं, yes.
हाँ, मैं सोच रहा था बट उस टाइम पे आया नहीं मेरे रिप्रेजेंटेड इन द गिवन ओरिजिनल डॉक्यूमेंट.
अब इसकी बात कर रहे हो ना, इंफॉर्मेशन हैज बीन रिपीट हो रहा है. 3 बार आ रहा है, वरना क्योंकि कैलिब्रेटेड में भी इज के जगह पे हैज बीन यूज कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, बट लेट्स नॉट डू इट दैट. द इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू वीकली इनकम डायरेक्टली यहाँ निकाल दो. हो गया, डन. तीर्थ डन.
यस
Just a second. Right, let's start from the beginning. The chart below gives the information, the data regarding the expenditure habits of families of a particular country we'll change something. Data regarding the weekly expenditure habits of the families of a particular country over the time span of a decade 1968 to 2000. Let's add 2 to 2018 and then the previous one. Did any one of you use decades? Someone said 50 years. That was a good observation. Did anyone else use decade? Is there a mistake? Like, let me proofread. The data regarding the weekly expenditure habits of the families of a particular country over the time span of a decade has been delineated. What just happened?
सर डेकेड का तो 10 साल का होगा ना, तो डेकेड कैसे यूज करें?
कितने साल है ये? 50?
हाँ सर 50 years.
Per decade is okay. What just happened?
5 decades.
हाँ वही सही है. मैंने मेरे दिमाग में 5 था, मैं लिखा a decade. अच्छा ये चेंज किया, उसलिए मुझे लगा कि ये कहाँ से आया. मैंने डेपिक्टेड लिखा था, तो इसको निकाल के डेपिक्टेड. एनी अदर चेंज? कोई भी और मिस्टेक्स दिख रहा है? The weekly expenditure habit of families of a particular country over the time span of 5 decades has been depicted in the. हो गया, इंट्रोडक्शन खत्म.
Yes, sir.
Anything like, do you think this could be better now? किसी ने एक चीज ऑब्जर्व की? When I was writing, I had certain things in my mind and I ended up writing something else. Instead of writing 5 decades, I just wrote a decade. मेरे दिमाग में तो 5 decade ही था, मैंने पहले से ही काउंट कर लिया था. When someone said 50 years, I had this in my mind that 50 years की जगह 5 decades लिखना है. But what saved me or what helped me to not make that mistake? I did not catch that mistake, you guys did, but what was that called? What is that called?
Proofreading.
Exactly. So this is a statement that I want you guys to write. Is it clear? Doesn't matter how professional, like you have, even if you have spent your entire life in terms of writing, you will still need to proofread, because even the published authors who have written like best-selling books, they hire a proofreader. They hire people to just proofread the data. Got it? And let's talk about, we did not analyze the data, so let's analyze the data. What do we see first of all? क्या दिख रहा है इसमें? What do we write in overall paragraph?
Sir, I have one confusion.
Sure, what's it?
Like, they have not mentioned that it is between 1968 and 2008. It is like in 1968
अरे
and in
अरे
2008.
गलती कर दी, एग्जैक्टली सबने गलती की, मैंने भी की. Then we need to change this one. Span between 5 decades हो गया.
But in the question, they have mentioned in 1968 and in 2018.
ये ये सही बोल रहे हैं. 1968 और 2018 दोनों का ही मेंशन है.
स्पैन का बिटवीन कर दिया ना.
1968 to 2018 नहीं है.
हाँ,
First is 1968 and second is 2018.
हमने
5 decades नहीं आएगा ना, ऐसा कह रहे हैं.
हमने चेंज क्या किया, ऑफ था ना पहले.
तो दो मेंशन करने पड़ते.
So between 5 decades,
I'm
1968.
trying to say
Hmm.
they have mentioned 5 decades. They
Hmm.
have mentioned only 2 years.
Hmm.
First is 1968 and second is 2018.
Hmm.
So how can we write 5 decades
Okay,
when
let's
we don't have data about that?
change everything now. Over the time span of, see, the thing what I did is I wrote between 5 decades and considering the year this and this. Let's still paraphrase it and change it to these 2 years. Instead of time span, we'll change it to हो गया.
Yes.
Done. I am glad that you pointed it out. कोई और मिस्टेक्स इसमें दिख रहे हैं? I think that was the last mistake. I think there is no other mistake.
Yes, now it's fine.
No, it's fine. Let's go to the overall paragraph. What do you guys observe in terms of the data? दोनों साल में क्या difference है? What is the highest and the lowest? Whenever we are writing overall paragraph, all we need to mention is which is the highest, which is the lowest, which is the most significant and visual data. So इसमें सबसे highest क्या है? Let's just talk about 1968 first. So if you just talk about highest, can you see that food is the highest? And the lowest is?
Fuel and power.
Fuel and power is the lowest. And if you talk about 2018, which is the highest? And the lowest would be?
Fuel and power. Me too. Yeah, personal goods.
ये दोनों है. Lowest में ये भी है, ये भी है. There are two different things. So now when we write our overall paragraph, all we have to do is mention these things. One thing that should be taken care of is you do not have to mention the figures. Figures should be mentioned in the body paragraph, not in the overall paragraph. Is this part clear? Figures means I'm talking about this portion. You're not worried about this one in the overall. Any doubt so far? Overall में क्या करते हैं? Alright. How do you guys start your overall paragraph? Let's say now we are just focusing on overall. How do you start your overall paragraph? You can take a minute or two and let me know once it is written.
So what I write usually is Examining the overall perspective, it is rapidly seen that, and
Explain.
then I continue.
It is rapidly seen.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Any other way to start or any other sentences that you guys use?
Overall,
Hmm?
it is apparently visible by directly
By
looking at by
directly
looking at the bar bar graph that
बाद में data
proportion
that the proportion
ratio of food was at the extreme, and this one, what was it, fuel and power was at the lowest, जैसे भी अपने देखते हैं.
fuel and power. Fuel and power.
Fuel and power is the fuel and power was the सर can you ये इसमें थोड़ा मेरे को देखना होगा. At the lowest, yes.
बट कौन से ईयर में? तो यहाँ पे डालना पड़ेगा.
सर दोनों में ही, वैसे तो दोनों ही लोएस्ट ही है, मतलब हाईएस्ट दोनों में भी वही है, ऐसे करेंगे कैसे बोल रहा हूँ.
Okay, just a second. Got your point that you are saying that in 1968 the lowest was fuel and power, but if you look at 2018 it is also still lowest.
Yes.
Not an issue, we can mention it.
Or yes, overall भी नहीं बोल.
Yeah, अभी तो एक ही हुआ, अभी एक बाकी है. एक ही ईयर हुआ ना.
सेम हाँ सेम. Moreover लिखो हाँ.
Moreover.
लोएस्ट के बाद moreover. Same proportion of ratio has been followed by 2018.
क्यों by 2018?
In 2018 भी लिख सकते हैं.
In 2018.
ये पैसिव भी किया मैंने, सो इसलिए by.
सेम है. Is it same?
लोएस्ट और हाईएस्ट की बात चल रही है.
Hmm.
देखिए मैं कैसे बोल रहा हूँ, फूड का जो रेशियो था 1968 में, ब्लैक कलर की लाइन देखोगे तो हाईएस्ट था, ठीक है. वो 2018 में भी कम था, ठीक है. वही, और जैसे फूड एंड पावर में भी देखेंगे तो उसमें भी ब्लैक लाइन जो है तो 1968 वाली वो हाईएस्ट थी, स्पेसिफिक बात कर रहा हूँ, और जो लोएस्ट थी वो 2018 में थी. सो ओवरऑल भी बोल दिया और स्पेसिफिक भी बोल दिया. अगर इसमें कुछ करेक्शन है तो आप बताइए सर, अगर कुछ रॉन्ग है तो.
Okay, let's come back to correction later on. Anyone else who want to share that overall paragraph? Gray, would you like to add anything more? After examining the overall perspective, it is rapidly seen that.
Yes. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I'll say.
Anu, Gaurav, Deep and Harry, would you like to add something over here? Today we are certainly going to cross 12 a.m.
Okay. Okay. Now I can see.
Mhm.
Examining the overall perspective, it is rapidly apparent or seen both are okay. So seeing that food consumption was at the peak
Mhm.
in 1968,
Mhm.
while leisure was highest in 2018.
Mhm.
On the other hand, like full stop, on the other hand, personal goods were at the lowest in 2018, whereas
How would you write whereas? नहीं
WHEREAS
स्पेलिंग नहीं, अब यहाँ पे कॉमा कहीं पे डालोगे? फुल स्टॉप न्यू सेंटेंस और कंटिन्यूएशन, ये वाला. Okay.
Whereas fuel and power was at the lowest,
Was
were at the lowest in both of the years.
lowest at or in?
In
पक्का?
both of the years.
Both of the years.
I'm confused about the position.
सर यहाँ पे वेरियस के पहले भी कॉमा आएगा कि 2018 हमने कंप्लीट कर लिया.
Okay.
Okay. In 2018, can you please write it just after on the other hand and then comma?
On the other hand, comma. ये
In
वाला.
2018.
In 2018.
Comma, in 2018, comma. Personal goods were at the lowest.
Okay. Whereas,
Now remove that comma.
which comma? This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas,
After that also, I think that comma would not be there.
okay, as you say.
वहाँ पे फुल स्टॉप आएगा फिर.
No.
Whereas के बाद full stop.
It is
नहीं
connected.
OS के बाद.
Okay.
No, it is the connector. Whereas is connected.
के आगे पीछे जो होता है सेमीकोलन और कॉमा.
Exactly. मैं उसी के लिए देख रहा था कि कौन बोलेगा ये. Semicolon. You also have to show your punctuation skills. So semicolon. Whereas के पहले, however के पहले ऐसे जगह पे डाल सकते हैं. You can put semicolon and whereas, and then a comma. So it shows your punctuation skills. Fuel and power were at the lowest in both of the years.
In both the years.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
No.
Then कोई और जो बाकी है?
मिस्टर वरना 12 क्रॉस हो जाएगा.
We once had a session which lasted till 1:30. So we started on a Saturday night, and we ended on a Sunday morning. All right, let's simplify this and let me try rewriting the same thing. गलती मेरे से भी होती है, but please don't mind, guys. Right. See, what I saw that is similar in both these overall is this part as well as this part. The examiner knows that it is memorized. Can we use this everywhere? भारी भरकम lexical जहाँ से भी मिले डाल दो. You might have seen a lot of YouTube videos where they share just lexical, like ये डाल दो, ये डाल दो, ये डाल दो. I've seen 9-band reports in which they are just simply using this statement. हो गया. Apparent मतलब clear, and that's it. The more fancy you will make, the more the examiner knows that this person has memorized or is dependent on a template. Is it a good thing? This will certainly rob you of your bands. Alright. So overall it is apparent that food, okay, let's start with let's take some of your vocabs. I'll show you which vocabs to use and which to not. Overall that in the year 1968, the average expenditure, let's use a completely different vocabulary. Apparent that in the year 1968, food was in high demand and which was the lowest? I think it was fuel and power. And fuel and power were less preferred. Spelling क्या है मैं भी भूल गया. PREFFFERED something were less preferred by
double R.
Okay, double R आएगा exactly. Preferred by the family. Simple डालते हैं. ये समझ में आ गया हमने क्या किया फर्स्ट साइड में. We are not saying that it is highest and lowest. What we are doing is simply mentioning was it in demand or not. Clear? This part.
Yes, sir.
Anyone that did not understand? Sorry?
Two times and आ जाते तो दिक्कत है. Means high demand and fuel and power.
See, the problem is we cannot remove this and. We cannot remove this and. What best we can do is we can add a comma because it's a coordinating conjunction. Yes, we can add a comma before coordinating conjunction. So this is the best we can do. Clear? Any changes in this one so far? We just completed half of it. So far so good.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue. We'll use the same skills. Whereas comma
ऐड कर सकते हो खाली यहाँ पे.
कहाँ पे?
डिमांड है ना उसके बाद वाइल क्योंकि हम लोग कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट समझा रहे हैं ना.
हाँ तो while डाल सकते हैं. While fuel and power were less preferred by the families. एक दिक्कत ये है कि यहाँ पे तो ये नहीं डाल सकते अभी क्योंकि while आ गया. So let's stick to and और यहाँ पे स्किल दिखाते हैं क्योंकि हमें सेमीकोलन दिखाना है in the introduction itself. कि हमें उनको दिखाना है. We want to show the examiner that yes, we are capable of using these things. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Whereas okay, let's add whereas in the year 2018 more people were inclined towards leisure activities and the least preferable product was still fuel and power. Full stop. Did you get the point? What we simply did is we just showed their preference instead of writing high and low. Or instead of preferable products, you can say preferable mode of expenditure was still fuel and power. Anyone who did not understand what we did? Are you guys still there or सो गए सबके सब?
Yes, we are aware.
You guys are awake, that's a good thing, but कोई response नहीं है, सब थक गए लगता है. Now let's combine these two things. Yes, it is a little bit lengthy, but I tried my best to simplify it. Now just read out the intro as well as the overall, and this will decide 50% of your bands. If this is well written, you can easily write the body paragraph. Like the examiner now knows that what is your caliber. Does the introduction show proper grammar because it has passive, it has present perfect continuous tense. You're also showing your observation. In the overall, you are using simple lexicals, but instead of saying highs and lows, you're just showing what they are doing. Plus, we showed our punctuation skills. Any doubt so far in this one? Intro as well as overall.
No, sir.
Correct. In the body paragraph, all you have to do is just mention these things exactly as it is and try to show the skills, try to show different vocabs, mention these data, and you're good to go. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any more doubts? Anything that is still unclear in terms of line chart, pie chart, or bar chart? Yeah.
क्लियर हो गया कंप्लीटली. बट ये जो है ना, ये मेरे को अगर इसको अलग वे में लिखना होती, जैसे लास्ट लाइन है and the least preferable mode of expenditure was still fuel and power, वो एकदम करेक्ट है, बट मेरे को अलग वे में लिखना हो तो मैं ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ कि जैसे उस टाइम पे चॉइस हमने फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में लिखा था ना कि फ्यूल एंड पावर वाज द लीस्ट प्रीफर्ड, तो ऐसा कुछ लिखना हो मेरे को कि जैसे था वैसा ही है उस पे. यहाँ पे तो ऐसा है आपके पास कुछ ऐसा कुछ.
Okay. I'll just reiterate what you said. What you want to show is there was no change in terms of fuel and power, and this was still less in demand. This is what you want to show over here.
Yes, rather than using the term fuel and power again.
Okay.
Because we have already used.
Yes. What we can do is we'll have to rewrite everything. There is one way to show this. Here. And the same trend continued in the year. Did we write the year? Yes. In 2018 for it. Whereas more people were inclined towards leisure activities, and the least we will shorten the paragraph, but yes, it is done. हो गया. यहाँ पे चेंज कर सकते हैं. And the similar trend continued in 2018 for it. Let's remove this one. Correct? Yes, we can do experiments, but just make sure that you don't break the structure. most of the students, what I've seen is they just focus on lexical resource and grammar. कहीं से भी grammar ढूंढ के डाल देते हैं, while whereas although ये सब डाल देते हैं, but make sure that you don't break the structure. Yes, you can change the forms, you can make it active from passive and everything, but make sure that word formation is correct. I'll just do a small grammar check and let's see if this one is there is any more changes. Do you guys use any grammar software for checking your work, of course? या सबके सब कॉन्फिडेंट है कि मैं लिखूंगा और कोई गलती हो ही नहीं सकती? सॉरी, ग्रामरली, उसके सिवाय कुछ और? डेवलपर, यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल, कुड यू प्लीज रिपीट अगेन?
सर वेबसाइट पे हो जाएगा.
कौन से वेबसाइट पे?
There are lots of websites.
There are lots of websites, that is true, but आप कौन सा प्रीफर करते हो?
सर आप वीडियो के बारे में बात कर रहे थे.
See, the thing is, I did check my level once. One of my reports showed a rating of C2 और मैंने Quillbot use किया. I copy pasted the same thing and I asked Quillbot to rephrase it, paraphrase it, and I saw that the level decreased after paraphrasing. So I stopped using Quillbot. Alright.
I'm a check.net, which is the website.
Sorry?
Grammarcheck.net.
Grammar
This is the website for grammar check.
check.net. Okay.
Check.
I'll just show you my extension. These are the two extensions that I use: Grammarly as well as Pro Writing Aid Grammar Checker. Just make sure that either you take a screenshot or just write it down. Grammarly is prevalent, like everyone is using, but Pro Writing Aid, this is one of the softwares that I found, because there are certain errors that Grammarly will say that purchase premium to make this change, and this software will give those checks as well. Pro Writing Aid. Pro Writing Aid.
This is the extension, na?
It's an extension, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Grammarly did give us one change, that is more power was not word. यहाँ पे कॉमा डाल सकते हैं. क्लियर? So, introduction overall, is it clear in terms of report writing? And who was the person who said that he or she has a fear? I think it was a guy. Someone said that he has a fear of reports. Is it still too scary?
Now, sir, crystal clear.
Now it's a little bit easier. I wouldn't say easier, but it's a little bit more simpler.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
You have to do the practice. You need vocabulary, but just make sure that you don't go over the board in terms of vocabulary. I've seen students using on the darker side in essays, so it's completely not acceptable for IELTS. Academic writing, you cannot say on the darker side and stuff like this. If you're writing a Shakespeare novel or something, yes, please go ahead. You should be using these things. But in terms of academic, try to stick to simple yet effective grammar. That is what I believe, and effective lexical resource. If there is a word that even the examiner has to go to a dictionary to just understand what this means, that means it's not a good vocabulary, even though people like Shashi Tharoor might be using it. You guys might have heard about Shashi Tharoor.
Yes.
Alright. So certain words that he uses, people will be like, wow, he uses amazing English. But did you understand anything? Nope, not a word. That should never happen. Alright. So I think the basics are clear. This will be same, like you can use a lot of things, structures exactly the same way in different types of reports, and just make sure that you keep on practicing and experimenting. When you're experimenting, make sure that you ask someone who already knows these things whether I should use this or not, and then you're free to use it. Alright. Try to show a lot of punctuation skills, just like we showed over here. Try to show your observation in terms of units and stuff. If units is not mentioned, do not do this. You do not use this line. As simple as that. Try to show present perfect continuous. It's the simplest form of grammar that you can show. Try to use words like whereas. In your body paragraph, try to use while. If you're able to use if, okay, if cannot be used in report, you can use although. Got it? There are certain things that you can use everywhere. So try to find these things and start writing it. Any doubts so far in today's session? Tirth, did you learn something of value? Let's start with you. आज कुछ नया सीखे या is it just another lecture? Are you there, Tirth?
Yes, sir.
Did you learn something of value?
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
Yes, my question is, did you learn something of value?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. I must, I must tell you that it was so good and I learned a lot.
Okay.
If you have just to make it simpler, it was phenomenal.
I would say that this was not one of the best sessions that I had because I'm exhausted because of the whole day, but I wouldn't take it as an excuse. But I was not able to use my brain 100%. But still, I tried my best to simplify it, and this is the result. Right. Deep, this is your third session, I suppose. Did you learn something of value?
Sir. Yes, sir. It's second one for it's Saturday, and first one is casual type.
A random one.
Different group.
Yeah.
Yes, random one. Yes, in different group. So I invited means to do 3 friends of mine.
I did see like 3 people randomly joined, and I was like, "What's going on?" And when you said, I got to know that it is you who invited your friends, and I would say thank you so much, man, for inviting your friends. And if you guys don't know my name is Jaison. Someone just texted me, thank you, Jose. Jose is my dad. Elsie is my mom, so I use my mom's name in middle and my dad's name at last. I don't have a surname because we are like my parents are from southern part of India and we don't have a surname. And I just use my dad's name half of my life, and then I realized like why not my mom's name as well. So right now if you Google my whole name, yes, you will be able to find me. That is something that I was trying a lot. Yes, Ashok, not an issue. I did record this session. I will edit it and put the snippets of the most important parts that we shared. Right. Gaurav, I did not hear you speaking, so how was the session? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something of value?
Yes, sir, I learned something better because of my son was outside sleeping, so I don't speak any.
गौरव नहीं समझ में आया. आप हिंदी में बात कर सकते हो, कोई बात नहीं.
तो इनका नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है, शायद उन्होंने ऐसा बोला कि उनका सन सोया हुआ है इसलिए वो बोल नहीं पाए.
नेटवर्क इसलिए मेरा सन मेरे बाजू सोया हुआ, अगर मैं चाहता हूँ
Not an issue, Gaurav. I did record this session. This is the first time. Sorry?
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. I did record the session, but I did use another software, so I have to check the software whether the recording was correct or not. And if it is absolutely fine, I'll be posting it by tomorrow on the Telegram channel as well as on YouTube. I'll be posting it on YouTube and I'll be sharing the link on the channel.
और सर बॉडी पैराग्राफ के लिए सिंपल कौन से स्ट्रक्चर्स यूज सब में हो जाते हैं, ऐसे करने चाहिए?
ऐसा कोई सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइप ऑफ रिपोर्ट, कि रिपोर्ट में क्या दिया गया है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि बॉडी पैराग्राफ में क्या लिखना है. Right.
So when will be your next lecture for this writing?
This is our 21st session, so 22nd session will be taken on next Saturday, same time at 10:30 p.m. Right. On this channel, I'll be consistently doing this every Saturday because I want to make Saturday night a learning hour for every IELTS student, and that is my dream. Like every IELTS student should learn something of value every Saturday. And on other channels, if you guys have met me on other channels, I don't come there consistently. If I have a free lecture or if I don't have anything to do, I just reach out to students and just ask their doubts.
और सर आप जब दूसरे चैनल में लेक्चर में लो ना तब मुझे पिन कर देना सर, तो मैं तुरंत ज्वाइन हो जाऊंगा, क्योंकि जितना आपका वो मिल सके उतना हमारा सौभाग्य होगा.
ये बहुत बड़े बड़े वर्ड्स हैं. What I'm trying to do these days is I'll try to make YouTube videos and share as much as possible, because it's not possible every Saturday for students to join. And sometimes live join करना बहुत मुश्किल है. And this is not well structured. Like when I started this session, I did not have any idea like आप लोग क्या पूछने वाले हो. And as the student asked me a question, I had to set up everything, and here it is. I did not prepare for this session. But if I create a YouTube video, I'll be properly organizing these things. I'll have a proper explanation. मैं पहले से ही सब कुछ लिख के रख सकता हूँ, और I just have to explain that this is what I did. So it will be far simpler. Correct? So yeah.
सर वो vocabs आप कोई सेंड कर दीजिएगा.
कौन सा?
राइटिंग टेस्ट और ये vocabs आप लोग
हाँ मुझे सिर्फ DM कर दो. Like just send me a DM and just say that you need vocabs for report writing, and I'll send you the whole PDF. Not an issue. उसमें सारे vocabulary ये वो सब कुछ आ जाएगा.
Faculty of writing,
Sorry?
or just you just only take writing module, or just you are also covering the other modules?
It depends on the student. मुझे आप जो भी पूछो मैं वो कराता हूँ Saturday को. The last time I met Deep and everyone, I was preparing them for reading module. This week it was on Saturday it was writing. Next week maybe something else. Next week I want to take speaking. If I get a few questions about speaking, I'll try to start with speaking, and I'll help you prepare with part 1, part 2, part 3, whichever is possible. Yes, Thanos, you were saying something.
Sir, reading की क्या कैसे करना सर बता दो प्लीज.
रीडिंग की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. सो ओके, नॉट एन इशू. लेट्स डू नेक्स्ट सैटरडे रीडिंग, और कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ रीडिंग.
कोई आपकी पेड क्लास हो मैं ज्वाइन करने को तैयार हूँ. लाइक मैं ना नेक्स्ट मंथ मैंने एग्जाम देने हैं 5th ऑफ. सो मैं अभी सोच रहा हूँ कि अभी मेरे पास है 1 महीना तो नहीं है, फिर भी है. सो
आई रिसेंटली नहीं, कल मैं वॉक पे जा रहा था और मैंने कुछ पोस्ट किया था. लाइक आई वाज वॉकिंग एंड आई जस्ट हैड दिस थॉट एंड आई सेंट अ पोल ऑन द टेलीग्राम चैनल.
मैंने किया.
मैंने भी किया है सर.
ओके, सो आज तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, बट from Monday onwards I'll be starting that thing. This was the poll and this is the result. I got 19 votes. 2 लोगों ने ना कहा है नहीं करना है ऐसा कुछ, और बाकी सबके सब ने कहा कि ठीक है करते हैं. So what I'll do is I'll just sorry.
हाँ जी, मैं भी इसमें yes वाले में
Done. And what do you guys think should be the like appropriate price? मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि 1 घंटे का सेशन होना चाहिए, and I have limited hours. मुझे क्लासेस भी करने हैं, ये भी करना है. दोनों करने के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा मेरे लिए, बट स्टिल आई एम विलिंग टू पुट इन द एफर्ट्स, बिकॉज मुझे बहुत सारे मैसेजेस आते हैं कि मुझे लाइक क्लासेस हो तो बताओ, एंड आई एम नॉट ऑलवेज फ्री ड्यूरिंग द वीकेंड्स. ड्यूरिंग द वीकडेज इट्स टू डिफिकल्ट. सो व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक शुड बी एन अप्रोप्रिएट अमाउंट टू चार्ज फॉर पर आवर? कुछ भी बोलो चलेगा, मुझे सिर्फ देखना है कि क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है. पर्सनली डीएम भी कर सकते हो, जस्ट सेंड इट टू मी एज अ डीएम कि कितना चार्ज करना चाहिए. I just want to know what you guys think. Okay, what would be the appropriate amount to charge? See, knowledge is free. मुझे सिर्फ टाइम दे दो, मैं हो सके उतना सिखा सकता हूँ. That is something I believe. कि जो भी पूछना है पूछ लो, मैं सब कुछ जवाब दूंगा. बट द थिंग इज वी आर लिमिटेड बाय टाइम. वी स्टार्टेड दिस सेशन एट 10:30. अभी 12:15 हो चुके हैं. Okay. Not an issue. I'll share my roster. So हर वीक क्या करूँगा मैं, हर मंडे को मैं रोस्टर डाल दूंगा कि मंडे टू फ्राइडे हर वीक का जो भी स्केड्यूल मेरा फ्री होता है, I'll be updating that on the link and you guys can directly go there, book, make the payment and then you can start attending the sessions. और आप
टेलीग्राम में ही होगा ना?
नहीं, मैं डायरेक्टली गूगल मीट पे कराऊंगा. डायरेक्टली आई विल बी डूइंग इट ऑन गूगल मीट.
हाँ वो तो समझ गया मैं, तो वो लिंक,
हाँ लिंक गूगल मीट में, लिंक टेलीग्राम पे आ जाएगा. And I'm not talking about individual modules because if I'm teaching you, you can ask me literally anything. इंडिविजुअल मॉड्यूल्स मैं कभी नहीं करवाता. कोई भी स्टूडेंट्स को मैंने कहता कि आप सिर्फ स्पीकिंग के लिए ज्वाइन करो, मैं सिर्फ स्पीकिंग कराऊंगा, क्योंकि आई नो दैट स्टूडेंट्स स्ट्रगल विद डिफरेंट मॉड्यूल्स एंड इफ आई एम सिटिंग विथ यू, यू शुड हैव दैट फ्रीडम टू आस्क मी एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट. डज इट मेक सेंस? जो भी पूछना पूछ लो, जो भी डाउट है क्लियर कर लो. Correct. So we'll close this session right now and I'll update the roster on Telegram on Monday and this link I'll be editing it. I'll be removing a few things because कुछ time के लिए तो मैं सिर्फ ढूंढ रहा था चीज़ें. I did not have the link. I was searching for certain things and PDFs and everything. So I'll cut those things. I'll make it as concise as possible, as simple as possible to understand, and I'll be posting it on YouTube as soon as possible. और link आपको मिल जाएगा Telegram पे.
Jaison sir.
Yes जी.
लाइक मैं जब तक मैं किस चीज पे काम करूँ, लाइक रीडिंग मेरी ना वीक है, काफी वीक है, सो मैं किस चीज पे ध्यान दूँ, क्या चीज मैं जब तक के लिए करूँ मैं.
Okay. Let me
रीडिंग करता हूँ.
let me simplify this thing for you. अगर मैं आपको पढ़ाता हूँ तो what is the best thing I could do? मैं क्या करवा सकता हूँ एज अ ट्यूटर? मेरी जवाबदारी क्या है, मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है?
आपकी मुझे ट्रिक्स बता दो.
the way to approach.
A simple term or my approach is I always tell them what the good habits are. All my students know these things, that I always teach in these two strategies, like these two things I always make sure that I implement. The first thing is I always work on the mindset, then the concept, and then finally I ask them to take action. क्योंकि सबसे पहले माइंडसेट ही ठीक नहीं है, रीडिंग करना पसंद ही नहीं है, रीडिंग देख के ही लाइक उल्टी आ रही है तो नहीं हो सकता, बैंड्स गंदे ही आएंगे, एज सिंपल एज दैट. बट वंस द माइंडसेट इज क्लियर कि हाँ भाई रीडिंग क्यों करना चाहिए, द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ रीडिंग, हाउ टू डेवलप द हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग, द साइंस बिहाइंड डेवलपिंग द हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग, वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट द माइंडसेट बिकम्स क्लियर. उसके बाद मैं कॉन्सेप्ट दिखाता हूँ. कॉन्सेप्ट में क्या है कि मुझे स्ट्रेटेजीज दिखाना है, मुझे बेस्ट अप्रोच दिखाना है, एंड थोड़े बहुत यू कैन से टिप्स और ट्रिक्स, आप जो भी नाम को, थोड़े चीज़ है कि आप करो तो यू कैन फाइंड द आंसर लिटिल बिट क्विकर. एंड एवरी टाइम यू मीट मी, मेरे मुंह से ऑटोमेटिकली वोकैबुलरी निकलता है. एवरी टाइम आई स्पीक समथिंग कम्स आउट एंड दैट बिकम्स योर लेक्सिकल रिसोर्स. द मोर लेक्सिकल्स you know, the better you get. So if someone is struggling with reading module, you just have to make sure that you read every single day and read something you like. So Alok ji, आपको क्या करना है? हर रोज read करना है. Read something that you like. Got it? Second thing is, yeah. You're saying something, yeah? Continue.
मैं कह रहा रीड मैं कर रहा हूँ सर, लाइक मेरे पास बुक्स हैं वो पढ़ता हूँ मैं.
कौन से?
बट लाइक आई हैव लाइक रेवोल्यूशन 2020 मैंने पढ़ी है और 5 सेकंड हैबिट पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं. इससे पहले मैंने चाणक्य नीति पढ़ी, राधा कृष्ण पिल्लई की.
ओके.
हाँ जी, अभी बस यही है.
Not an issue. But
मैं ना ये जो इससे पहले मैंने एग्जाम दिया, उससे पहले मैंने ना 3 मैंने टेस्ट पर डे किए हैं रीडिंग के.
See, try to understand this thing. Practice never makes anyone perfect. जो भी आपने सुना वो गलत है. What if you practice with wrong habits? Will it give you any improvements? अगर आप गलत चीजें प्रैक्टिस करते हो, कि गलत तरीके प्रैक्टिस करते हो, इट नेवर विल गिव यू इम्प्रूवमेंट्स. देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स if you want improvement, you don't just need to practice, you have to practice with an intention भी होना चाहिए ना कि मुझे सीखना है, हर बार मैं गलती करूँ तो मुझे सीखना है, वो माइंडसेट होना चाहिए. फेलिंग फॉरवर्ड, वो उसको माइंडसेट कहते हैं. इफ यू मेक मिस्टेक्स दैट्स कंप्लीटली फाइन, बट आर यू लर्निंग समथिंग फ्रॉम इट, वो माइंडसेट होना चाहिए. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज प्रैक्टिस. यस, यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस विथ एन इंटेंशन एंड विथ प्रॉपर टेक्निक्स. अगर ये तीनों चीज आपके पास है तब इंप्रूवमेंट आएगा. As I said, good habit of reading, that is one thing, and the second thing is आपने जो भी reading module already solve किया है, that is the level of vocabulary that you can expect in the next passages as well, next reading tests as well. So जो भी physical copies है सारे के सारे निकालो और सबके ऊपर सर्कल करके जितने भी वर्ड्स आपको नहीं पता सर्कल करके उसके ऊपर ही लिख दो कि इसका मीनिंग ये है, इसका मीनिंग ये है, एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दोज पैसेजेस बेटर. And you will be seeing that these words, these vocabs are repeated again and again in every paragraph. Once you learn these things, you will be able to understand it the second time. Literally मैं उसको गोल्ड माइन कहता हूँ. आपका जो रीडिंग मॉड्यूल है वो आपका गोल्ड माइन है ऑफ वोकैबुलरी. Correct? So don't just throw away your like finished tests, reading modules, reading papers and everything. That is your gold mine. Always keep it safe and उसके ऊपर vocabulary लिख दो. Alright. So anyone if they have any more queries, any questions, just let me know.
Sir,
Yeah.
What needs to do for enhanced focus in listening?
Let's try to approach that next week. अभी already 12:30 हो चुके हैं. And just give me a DM. मैं एक लिंक भेजता हूँ. और ओके ठीक है, दिखा देता हूँ, यहीं पे दिखा देता हूँ. On YouTube, just search for the company's name. This video ये दिख रहा है, कैम्ब्रिज IELTS 14. उसमें मैंने सारे स्ट्रेटजीज तो नहीं कह सकते बट हाउ टू इम्प्रूव फोकस एंड हाउ टू गेट बेटर बैंड्स उसमें डाल दिया है. एक ही PDF में सब कुछ है. क्लियर? तो ये वीडियो देख लेना, उससे बहुत सारी चीज़ें समझ में आ जाएंगी. देयर आर स्ट्रेटजीज दैट यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट टू फाइंड द आंसर्स क्विकली, बट इसमें एटलीस्ट बेसिक दिया गया है. राइट, सो लेट्स एंड दिस सेशन. 12:30 हो चुके दिस टाइम एज वेल, एंड आई एम सो ग्लैड दैट यू गाइस जॉइंड. राइट,
Thank you, sir.
मोस्ट वेलकम गाइस,
Thank you, sir.
मोस्ट वेलकम. चलो, गुड नाइट एंड हैप्पी संडे. या
મારે એક કામ છે. આપણે જે એક મારો ફ્રેન્ડ છે ભાવનગરમાં છે,
હા હા,
એને અત્યારે શું છે કે 29 તારીખ લીધી છે, બટ અત્યારે એને માર્ક સડનલી ઘટવા માંડ્યા છે.
એટલે બેન્ડ્સ ઓછા આવવા માંડ્યા એમ બુક કરી પછી?
નહીં, પેલા છેલ્લા છે ને અઠવાડિયાથી એવું થાય છે, નહીં તો 7.5 થી 8 નો હતું ઓવરઓલ સ્કોર એનો, અત્યારે 5.5 થી 6 નો થઈ ગયો છે.
કયા ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટમાં જાવ છો?
એ જાય છે AEC માં.
અરે એના ફેકલ્ટી કોણ છે?
મને નથી ખબર કારણ કે હું ત્યાં નથી ગયેલો. તમે લેશો કદાચ.
હું ત્યાં ફેકલ્ટી હતો. I used to be a faculty at AEC and I quit over there and I started my own academy.
એવું છે. અરે તમારી પહેલા કોઈ કૃણાલ હતું?
મારી પહેલા એટલે મારા કલીગ હતા ને મારા સિનિયર હતા સેન્ટ મેરીસ. હું જે સ્કૂલમાં હતો ને, કૃણાલ used to be my senior.
એટલે કૃણાલ હતા ને, મેં એમની પાસેથી કરેલું છે.
બરોબર. તમારું નામ શું?
મારું નામ તક્ષ.
શું છે?
તક્ષ.
તક્ષ. ઓકે, તક્ષ. નોટ એન ઇશ્યુ. એવું લાગે તો એમની સાથે વાત કરાવજો, આપણે જોઈએ શું છે, કેવી રીતે છે, કેમ બેન્ડ્સ ઘટી ગયા.
હા, એટલે મેં આજે વાત કરી ને, મેં કીધું અત્યારે ફ્રી નહોતા, મેં કીધું તમારો રીતે લેક્ચર તમને પૂછી જોઉં, સમજે. મેં કીધું કઈ રીતે છે, શું છે, એ તમે વાત કરી દો. હમણાં મારે 11:30 કોલ હતો ને એનો ત્યારે.
બરોબર.
એટલે મેં કીધું તો વાંધો નહીં. એટલે એ કે છે ક્યાં ને, મેં કીધું એ નથી ખબર મને.
હું ભાવનગરનો જ છું.
અરે ભાવનગરના છો, પણ ક્યાં કયા ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટમાં છે તો મળી જાય એમ એને કીધું.
મારું પોતાનું છે ને, ઓનલાઈન છે.
એટલે હા, એટલે જ હું કહું છું. કારણ કે AEC માં તો હું પૂછતાછ તો મેં આખા ભાવનગરમાં બધે કરેલી.
બરોબર.
પણ AEC માં ક્યારે કૃણાલભાઈ હતા ને જ્યારે ત્યારે થયું તો શું કે કૃણાલભાઈ ત્યાંથી નીકળ્યા ને એને પોતાનું બીજું શરૂ કર્યું એમિકો.
GLH માં અત્યારે પોતાનું GLH કરી નાખ્યું છે, ગ્લોબલ લિંગ્વિસ્ટિક હબ.
હા, હવે ઈ જશે કદાચ અમદાવાદમાં શરૂ કરવાનો છે.
બરોબર.
એટલે હું તો ત્યાં પહેલેથી હતો, મારે તો એ ઓળખે છે એટલે મને તો ખબર છે. પણ હવે ઈ ભાઈબંધ અત્યારે ભેટા છે ને ઈ મને કહે છે, મેં કીધું વાંધો નહીં, મેં તો એને ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ પ્રમાણે તો શરૂ કરાવ્યું છે, ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ સોલ્વ કરી રીડિંગમાં, પછી વધે છે કે નહીં જોઈ દે. એને લિસનિંગમાં સ્કોર ડાઉન થઈ ગયો છે.
બરોબર. બીક બેસી ગઈ, મને એવું બેસે છે, બીક કરી ગઈ છે એક્ઝામ બુક કરીને. એટલે
ના, ઈ પહેલાનું એને થયું છે એવું. વચ્ચે એક વખત અહીંયા એક વિષયમાં ઝઘડો થયો હતો ને, પહેલાનું ઝઘડો થયો હતો એટલે મળ્યો હતો, એને મને એમ કીધું આ રીતનું છે. મેં કીધું ચાલો વાંધો નહીં, હું તને મેં એને છે ને એક ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ પ્રમાણેની બુક આપી હતી, મેં જે સુરત થી લાવ્યો હતો હું. એ ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ પ્રમાણે મેં કીધું એક પછી એક છે ને ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ લે, પછી રીડિંગ સોલ્વ કરી. એ તો એને અડધી કલાકમાં થતું 7.5 બેન્ડ આવતા.
બરોબર.
અત્યારે 1 કલાક ઉપર થાય છે પણ તોય તે સૌ ભેગા નથી થતા. એટલે
હા, તો વાંધો નહીં, એમને કહેજો ને નેક્સ્ટ સેટરડે જોઈન કરે એટલે આપણે વાત કરી લઈએ.
કોઈ વાંધો નહીં, નહીં તો તમારો આ આઈડી માં મેસેજ કરાવું.
હા, તો મેસેજ કરજો, તોય વાંધો નહીં. ડન. ના ના, હું ઓનલાઈન જ છું, ભાવનગર બેઠો, મારે ઓનલાઈન જ ભણાવવાનું છે. હું મારા ઘરે જ છું અત્યારે, મારે પરમનન્ટ વર્ક ફ્રોમ હોમ થઈ ગયું છે.
એટલે ઓનલાઈન ખાલી આ જ ચાલે છે ચેનલ ઉપર જ.
લાઈક જનરલી છે ને હું ટેલિગ્રામ ઉપર ખાલી આ જે મારી કમ્યુનિટી છે એની માટે જ તો આવું છું. बाकी हमारा क्लासेस ऑनलाइन से गूगल मीट ऊपर कराऊँ छूँ. मैं गुजराती लैंग्वेज में बोल रहा हूँ. अशोक, आप कौन सा लैंग्वेज में सेशन ले रहे हो? अरे हाँ, सॉरी गाइस, द थिंग इज not everyone knows Gujarati and just we will communicate, that's not a good thing. So we have almost reached 12:30 and we'll end the session right now. And if you guys have any doubts, any queries, just drop a DM and I'll try my best to solve it as soon as possible. But if I don't respond, just make sure that you reach out to me, क्योंकि किसी बार रह जाता है, like not every time